Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency?
Police emergency.
Go ahead, caller.
Almost every second
Police.
Listen carefully, I'm going to tell you how to do resuscitation.
of every single day.
I'm so scared.
All right, come on, calm down.
Starting to get a bit tasty now, isn't it?
Someone, somewhere,
I need you to look at her vagina very carefully.
You are?
dials 999.
It's a hell of a responsibility.
He's got a knife in his back.
You wouldn't be human, and you definitely wouldn't do this job if you weren't affected by calls.
Just tell them in the background to calm down for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get shut up.
But what makes an emergency?
I can't call a taxi for you, no.
The definition keeps broadening.
It's a bit embarrassing. I've just been having sex and something's just snapped.
As Britain keeps changing.
Car's on fire again.
Get the real police to face, please!
We see a different side because no one really calls us if they're happy.
Do you want some water? Quick, quick! Get down here, sort out!
We follow the calls
You need to hold it up. He's gonna kill me.
as they are passed to police and paramedics
We're coming on an emergency response. We'll be there very shortly.
right across Cheshire.
Just want to make sure you're all right.
There's nothing wrong.
A county with a growing divide between the haves
Play football for Wrexham. You play football for Wrexham?
and the have-nots is plain to see.
You're taking the word of a rich man over the word of a poor man.
This is life through the eyes of those we rely on to protect us from each other
I do hope you can catch them.
and from ourselves.
Pull your pants up and stop acting like a child. Sit down.
It's almost become some kind of Mad Max kind of society where it's a dog-eat-dog world.
Not a very good boyfriend if you slam your head against a brick wall, is he?
I wish I could take it all back, but I can't.
I wouldn't turn my back on someone when they want help.
You know I'm here to help, don't you?
In Cheshire,
Is there any serious bleeding, sir?
Seriously, he's got a knife in his back.
and right across the UK,
I've got no response from her lips are going blue.
calls to the ambulance service have reached an all-time high.
Can you see any part of the baby yet?
I can see a part of the head.
And 999 call handlers
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency?
are now struggling to cope with demand.
Unfortunately, I have to hang up in a moment to answer another emergency call, OK?
How much longer will we be able to rely on the service
It's been over half an hour now. He's had a stroke and he's not conscious.
on which our very lives depend?
What if you do get an ambulance? Have they got to be dead like or what?
It's hard for us because you've rung for help and we're essentially saying, right, we'll be there as soon as we can. Next. You know, you've got one ambulance free. Who's getting it first?
So he's urinated on the floor and then fell down the stairs.
And I'm not happy at all.
Right, who is it?
I don't know. And my mum's been to a punk concert, yeah?
Right.
And my mum's come home from pub with this guy.
Right, do you know what caused the fall?
Him being drunk.
It's the early hours of Sunday morning. But in the ambulance control room, 14 staff are hard at work.
Right,
Not anymore.
listen to me. Are you with the patient now?
No, I'm not even touching him. He's fucking naked at
Right, but are you next to him?
He don't know what he's doing.
Right.
He needs to put some clothes on. I'm feeling horrible here.
How far did he fall?
You fucking move away, you scrubber.
Right, listen to me. You've called 999. You need to answer my question so that we can help you,
Right,
okay?
sorry, right.
How far did he fall? Just some of the shit that people do, and they think it'd be a good idea. I had a call the other day, and he come on the phone. Genuine this, right? He says to me, my dog has bit me on my testicles. It's a pit bull, but the police have just given it me back because they said it's safe. I said, right, if you can stop the bleeding. He says, well, I've just put my cig out on the wound to cauterise it. I said, you've done what? Why anyone would think that putting a fag out on the bollock would help them, I have no idea.
Yeah, he's awake now. He's getting fucking dressed. I'm not fucking happy with him being naked. Not happy.
He's not happy because His mum's brought a guy back. Yeah. She didn't know his surname. And this guy's walked up to a guy bollock naked who's fallen down the stairs and put a hole in the wall. Who he doesn't know. It's just a random guy his mum's brought back from pub.
How old is he?
50. My mum's married to my dad, but if she wasn't and that happened, there'd be trouble. Everyone has a laugh, everyone has the sense of humour, and everyone makes jokes and about things, which we shouldn't, but I think you've got to, especially when you're doing what you're doing, you've got to have a laugh and a joke about things, otherwise things would get to you and it'd get on top of you. Right, OK, how old is the patient?
He's 82, 83.
Is he awake?
No.
Is he breathing?
We can't tell.
Some horrible shit happens. Pretty horrible shit.
In the last decade, the number of 999 calls received by Cheshire's ambulance service has risen by nearly 50%.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency, please?
To try and cope with a growing demand, 73 new call handlers have been recruited.
I am, as I say, incredibly sorry about the delay that you've experienced.
They won't have forgotten, will they?
No, we are still coming as quickly as possible. We are just unfortunately incredibly busy.
One of the newest is 23-year-old Will Marsh, who has only been taking 999 calls for 3 weeks.
You have stresses in other jobs, and I used to work in like pubs, kitchens and stuff, and that was stressful, but in a completely different way.
It's a domestic, don't worry about it. Yes, it is.
It's a domestic, okay.
Yes, it is. Don't worry about it.
Okay, and why is she screaming, no, we're not okay? I hear her shouting, I don't need an ambulance in the background. They've both been drinking, and that's why she's getting emotional.
If need be, contact the police, make them aware.
Yeah. Okay, cheers.
You start off, you do your training, then you go into mentoring. Some people listen to their mentor for a while and sort of learn their patter almost. I decided just to go straight in, just thought, let's do it. Let's jump straight in the deep end, get it done quickly, because I thought the longer you wait to take your first call, the worse you're going to build it up in your mind. And once you've done your first call, you're absolutely petrified.
Tell me exactly what's happened there.
My daughter's come home, she's collapsed completely, she's 20. I've got no response from her and her lips are going blue. And can someone just be... Because she's not breathing, please.
Okay, I understand. Okay, I understand. Just try and take a deep breath, okay, for me, sir?
Wendy!
Okay, I'm organising help for you now. Stay on the line, I'll tell you exactly what to do next, okay?
I'm right by her side.
Okay, listen carefully. You need to lay her flat on her back and remove any pillows, okay?
Yes, she's flat on her back, there's no pillows.
Okay, kneel next to her and look into the mouth for food or vomit.
Is there anything in her mouth? No.
Can you feel or hear any breathing?
I can't hear nothing.
Okay, I understand, so listen carefully. I'm going to tell you how to do resuscitation, okay? Place the heel of your hand on the breastbone in the centre of her chest, right between the nipples. Okay, put your other hand on top of that. Okay, push down firmly 2 inches with only the heel of your lower hand touching the chest.
With the heel of your lower hand on the chest.
Okay, now listen carefully. Help has been arranged. We are coming as fast as possible. You need to pump the chest hard and fast, at least twice per second. Okay, just calm down and listen to what I'm saying.
I'm listening.
Okay, we're going to do this 600 times or until help can take over. Okay, let the chest come all the way up between pumps. Count out loud so I can count with you, okay?
See if the chest comes all the way.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're doing really well. Keep going. Keep counting out loud. Keep going, okay? This will keep her going till help can take over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so keep.
I can't. I'm trying to go on
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep these compressions going, okay? You're doing really well. Keep going, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Send someone to the door if you can to check for the crew, okay? Okay. But keep going with these compressions. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. She's breathing now.
She's breathing now. She's breathing now. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What's happening with her at the moment?
Nothing. I just can't think about it.
Okay.
The ambulance now is here.
Okay. Is she breathing?
Yeah, is she breathing? Yes. Yes, thank you. Yes,
Okay. Okay, can I just take your daughter's name, please?
Ellie Kane.
Ellie Kane. Wendy, you did incredibly well.
Thank you so much.
I'll leave you with the crew now, Wendy.
Thank you.
Well done.
You say you can't see? Yep.
What's 9660?
Yeah.
Any reason?
I want you to get... No, you just said she'd been out tonight. Please. Now she's collapsed on the floor.
Exactly.
What a contrast. You had that. Old chap fell out of bed.
Okay, and has he ever had a stroke before?
Just confirm your telephone number.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency?
I'll quite happily almost never take another one. You don't want to listen to someone who's potentially going to lose a loved one down the phone. No one wants that. So, but you want to just try and do the best you can for them. It's important to try. Like, it might not work every time, but you want to try every single time.
He wants a cigarette. He's not allowed a cigarette, is he?
Well, if he's having problems breathing, I wouldn't advise that he has a cigarette now. Everybody in school says, I want to be a copper, or I want to be a paramedic, or a doctor, or a vet, bin man, astronaut, whatever. Nobody ever in school ever turned round and said, when I grow up, I want to answer 999 calls.
North West Ambulance Service now employs more than 400 999 call handlers.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency?
I phoned about 8:30. My wife's got Alzheimer's. She's completely crippled with arthritis.
Okay.
She's on the settee. I haven't got the strength to move her. I want somebody up here to get her into bed.
Right, well, the help was arranged for you at the start of the original call. OK, all I can do at the moment is apologise for the delay. We are just extremely busy with life-threatening emergencies.
I can imagine that, yeah. I mean, it's not life-threatening for her.
The NHS as a whole is struggling. It's not just us. There isn't the money in the pot for any of the emergency services. We're all getting cut. And we're all getting cut when the amount of work that we've got to do is increasing. So you're trying to do more with less.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I'm sorry. Don't
all right. It's all right, don't worry. It's okay, you've got nothing to be sorry for. There needs to be more social care, whether that's domestic or care staff or mental health support. But because that's not always there or not available, we pick up the pieces. As I say, I've got the help arranged for you, OK? I just don't know how long it's going to be. It's because it is really busy, but we are going to be coming to you as quickly as we can. One of the biggest problems is that A&Es are that busy that when we get there, there's nowhere for the patient to go. And the longer that crew's stood there waiting, the longer it takes us to get the ambulance to you. Ambulance, tell me exactly what's happened.
This lady, she had a fall at around 5:30 today. We're unsure if it's causing her any pain. This lady's got dementia.
OK, just need to run through a couple of questions with you. It's not going to delay any help, OK? Each 999 call is work costs the NHS £8.47. Just confirm the patient's name for me, please. It's when we're answering 3,500 to 4,000 calls a day. It gets expensive, doesn't it?
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency, please?
Flat 600. You don't need to know that anyway. I phoned us a minute ago. I've got an eyelash in my eye, and the guy told me how to get it out, but I still can't get it out, man.
Right, so you called 999?
Well, it's bothering me. My eye's dry. What am I supposed to do?
Did have a woman one day that kept telling me that she'd died. And she kept saying, I've just died. Well, you've not, have you? I did actually say to her, in the end, stop telling me that you've died, because dead people don't tell me that they're dead. Dead people don't actually say anything. So a dead person's certainly not going to say, I've just died. Doesn't really work like that.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency?
It's my toenail. It's fucking really hurting me really bad.
All right, listen, what's the...
And I can't sleep.
All right.
I can't sleep.
Sir, listen to me for a second. What's the address of the emergency first?
But I can't sleep with this toenail.
Okay, all right, bear with me one moment. I need to get your address first, okay?
It's really hurting me.
All
really
right, I
bad.
appreciate that. What's the postcode, please?
It's SK3.
Yeah.
SK. I don't. SK1, something like that. Anyway, I don't know. My big toes really hurting.
All right, I appreciate that.
I need it taken out. One or the other. It really fucking hurts.
All right, I appreciate it.
I want it seen to because it's really hurting. I can't even fucking walk. It's really hurting me.
No, I imagine an ingrown toe does hurt a lot. So.
I want it out. I want it out.
I know, but obviously you can see that it doesn't really require an emergency ambulance.
It does when I'm in pain.
What we're going to do, please keep your line clear, and within an hour you may be called back by a healthcare professional. Alternatively, we aim to send an ambulance within 4 hours. Okay, do you understand what I've explained?
Yeah.
Are you... Is that someone else there?
No, it's just I'm walking past people.
Despite the increase in calls, only a third of incidents reported via 999 are actually life-threatening.
It's not an emergency. My friend keeps ringing your number.
Okay.
And I want ambulance to stop coming to my house, if that's all right.
Right, so is an ambulance not required?
No.
Okay, so if an ambulance isn't required, then you just don't need to ring 999.
Right, yeah, well, how can I talk to you? Because he keeps ringing them, right, and they keep turning up at the house.
So your friend keeps ringing you an ambulance?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing that we can do about that. You just need to tell your friend to stop ringing you an ambulance.
Right, thank you.
All right.
You've not really helped me, have you?
Well, there's nothing really I can help you with unless you want an ambulance.
No, I don't want an ambulance. They keep turning up at my house. And I don't want them turning up at my house.
Right.
Can you understand me?
Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from, but like I say, I can't tell someone not to ring an ambulance in case an ambulance is required when they need to ring,
Well,
okay?
that's just a waste of your time, police time, everybody's time. It's a waste of time.
Yeah. I think the problem is with the ambulance service is that we can't say no to people because, you know, they need to cover their own backside, basically, because the one time that we do say no to someone that will seem absolutely ridiculous, that'll be the person that dies.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency? It's getting people on a level as to what an emergency actually is. Because you can go from one end to the other and people have no idea. A stub toe could be somebody's highest priority that day, or somebody dead, and you could have everything in between.
I need you to look at her vagina very carefully to see how close the baby is to being born.
You are?
I want you to look at her vagina very carefully to see how close the baby is to being born.
How am I supposed to know this?
Right, okay. I want you to look at her vagina very carefully and
No,
tell...
I'm not looking for it.
Right.
Nobody wants to do that.
Right, okay.
Delivering a baby. I did not want to do that. I'm a bit... I don't know, I've never seen it. Never really wanted to see it. I think if I was having a baby, I'd be looking away. Anyway.
Okay, I want you to look at a vagina very carefully to see how close the baby is to being born.
Okay.
You'll tell them to look at the vagina to see how close the baby is to being born. And he'll go, no, I can't look there. And then you'll just hear his missus in the background. Well, you looked it there when you was getting me up the duff, weren't you?
Can you see any parts of the baby yet, Anthony?
Sorry?
Can you see any parts of the baby yet?
I can see a part of the head.
Part of the head?
Yeah, very, very small amount. What it looks like to me.
Looks like a bit of hair.
Right, with each contraction, place the palm of your hand against her vagina and apply firm but gentle pressure to keep the baby's head from delivering too fast.
Okay.
And tearing her.
Just place it by it.
Yeah, just place your hand on the vagina, okay?
Okay.
Remember, the baby will be slippery. Don't drop it.
Okay. Oh, here's its head.
And its head.
Yeah.
Tell Danielle to keep pushing.
Not on there to push.
It's fucking there. I've got hold of his head. Hold of her head. Her face is out.
Tell her a couple more big pushes. Push hard to get the baby out.
Out.
The baby's out.
Yeah.
Okay, is the baby crying or breathing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, dear.
Hello?
Anthony, you both did a really good job. Congratulations, okay?
Thanks very much for your help.
All right, I'll leave with the paramedics. All right, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks for your help.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Baby number 5. Girl. Glad the missus has gone on holiday this morning because she will be a bit broody after I tell her this.
I love them calls.
Perks us all up. Love a bit of life. It's a lovely feeling. It's your best calls you can do when you talk them through it and there's no problems. You've delivered a life. It's better than a life leaving.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency? There's 2 things that you can't avoid. You're coming into the world, and at some point you're going out of it. And you don't get a second chance at either of them. Tell me exactly what's happened.
He's been under the hospice in palliative care.
Yeah.
Palliative care have just been out about 2 hours ago to give him some injections. I've tried to ring him back now. I can't get hold of him, and he's just passed away.
He's passed away?
Yeah.
OK, how old is he, please?
54.
OK, are you certain we should not try to resuscitate him?
No, definitely no resuscitation. There's a form filled in.
There's a DNR, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, OK.
I keep ringing that. He said, if you need us again, just ring us. So I've rung it about 6 times, and it keeps going to answer machine, saying there's no one here to take your calls, ring your emergency doctor.
Well, you've done the right thing in ringing us, love. OK.
Yeah.
Well, you've definitely done the
I
right
won't
thing.
get done, will I not?
No, not at all. You've done the right thing ringing us, love. We are sending somebody to assist you. Is there anything else that we can do to help before the help arrives?
Just bring him back.
I'll stay on the phone with you, Karen, until we get there, love, OK? I'm sorry for your loss.
He just stopped breathing.
I'd rather an ambulance go to her whose world's just fell apart in front of her than be wasted with a simple ailment or somebody who's had a few too many beers that wants a lift home, that's demanding, that's got an expectation that I pay taxes, I can ring an ambulance.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency?
Oh yeah, I don't know what the roads are called is.
Okay, we need an address to send the ambulance.
Amersham Road.
And what area is that?
I'm not a police, just L4.
Okay, that doesn't help L4 because we cover the whole of the northwest and the whole of Liverpool. What number are you outside of?
It doesn't say it, it says Liverpool 4.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
Nothing, I just need to get home.
You've dialed 999 for an emergency ambulance.
Yeah, because I need to get home.
So what medical reason do you need an ambulance?
I need to get home, I don't know nothing else.
Right, well you'll have to ring a taxi. 999 is for emergencies.
I'm not being funny, but it's an emergency. I don't know no other way of getting home. It's 999, emergency help.
I can't organise an ambulance for you to get home.
Listen, I'm not being funny, girl, but I've got no other way home. So can you help me get home, please? Hello? Oh my God, you sitting this?
Yep, just stay on the line for me.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, this is Supervisor speaking. How can I help you?
I just need to get home, I don't know where I am. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, we're not going to be able to help you with that, I'm sorry.
So you don't know where I am and you're just going to leave me here? Is that what you're telling me? I don't have a clue where I am and you're not going to help me. I need help. You're not asking me where I am.
Well, what is it you need help? What's the problem?
Get home, you dickhead. I don't know where I am.
Okay, I'm going to end the call now. We're not here to taxi you home. Okay,
Shut up, you wanker. Shut up, you wanker.
Okay,
I don't know where I am. I need...
They just like to give you shit. People ring up to give shit. It's a free number. Doesn't cost them a penny. And get a bit of anger off the chest.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
We're having a party and there's a gentleman here. He's had too much to drink. We've tried to contact his parents, but we're unsure whether he's conscious or not, and he's vomited.
Lay him flat on his back and remove any pillows.
Okay, can you...
Flat on his back, remove any pillows.
Yes, please, sir.
Yeah, flat on his back. Well, it doesn't seem like it's a good idea.
I'm telling you it is, sir. This is the ambulance service. I'm telling you what we need to do for this patient while he's unresponsive and unconscious.
Apparently, I'm being told by the expert on the phone that we have to lie him on his back. If he starts to choke, we'll have to roll him on his side.
You'll be given the instructions and they'll kind of throw everything back at you as if they're right and you're wrong. It's like, well, no. You know, like things like, okay, turn on the outside lights. I've got no outside lights. It's like, they just want to get in there straight away. Put away any family pets. No dogs, no cats, no nothing.
Okay, so please kneel next to him and look in his mouth for food or vomit.
Yes, we know how to clear an airway and everything.
Okay, kneel next to him and look in his mouth for food or vomit.
Right, what about it?
Is there any food or vomit in his mouth? Is there anything in the mouth?
Just his tongue. We know what we're doing. He's already vomited. Right. Not fucking idiot. Just send a fucking ambulance.
My personal favourite was a fucking mong. That was a good one. And I had a little bit of a laugh. And the gentleman said, "What are you fucking laughing at?" And I was sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, just no one's called me that since primary school. That was a good one. Scouse twat, that's a good one. Thieving scouse twat, also fun.
Is that okay?
Look, the team are here now.
I'll leave you with them. Take care, sir.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
You've been useless.
I'm not going to let you get under my skin. You know, I've been around, I've seen too much and done too much to be upset by someone being horrible to me. I would just like to say sometimes to them, I know where you live, you've just given me your address, you plum. That'd be a good one.
In a 12-hour shift, each member of staff will have to deal with up to 100 calls.
At 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning, when you've had all your breaks and you're just counting down the clock, you know, you've got the arse end of a cup of coffee left, you've got no cigarettes left, you've talked with your friends and it's all over. What you want then is a nice easy call. Something that's easily triaged, you know, with nice people. You can do it, like, get it done, sort it out, boxed off. Nice to someone, they're nice back. And then your supervisor shouts, "Right, Chris, go." Absolutely brilliant.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency?
We're on Green Lane, please, mate. Just hurry up with the ambulance.
Okay, what? Okay, right, no problem. Just tell me where you are.
I'm still moving right now. Look at this.
Okay, where are you?
I'm on Green Lane.
Green Lane. What town or city is Green Lane in?
Hello.
Hello, what town or city is Green Lane in?
Lancaster, please, hurry up.
Just stay on the line with me.
I've been stabbed in the back. Please, hurry up.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can fucking hear you.
I've got you on Green Lane in Lancaster. What are you near?
I'm fucking at Green Lane, fucking...
What can you see on Green Lane?
Any bars? Just caravans, that's it, but all I'm telling you...
Caravans?
Please. No, he has fucking me. He's fucking back.
Are you with the patient now?
Please, I'm with him right now. Fuck
Okay,
on the way.
how old is he, please?
Fuck on the way, bro, my friend. He's 21 years old, he's got a kid. Please, hurry up.
Okay, is he awake?
He's awake, yeah.
Is he breathing?
Yeah, he's breathing, but he's got knife in his back. Please, I'm begging you.
No, this is not delaying the help.
Please, everyone, send
Okay, is there any we'll get the police, don't worry. Is there any serious bleeding, sir?
Seriously, he's fucking got a knife in his back.
Is there any serious bleeding?
Yes,
Thank
mate,
you.
he's got a knife in his back.
Is he completely alert?
Yeah, he's alert, yeah, but he's got two knives in his back.
Sir, is there more than one wound?
Yeah, I just pulled the knife out of him and I'm holding the other wound now. Please, no, I'm not Danny, hold me hand.
Do not pull it out.
Danny, hold me hand.
Sir.
I've got the hand, I'm talking to him right now.
Sir, can you hear me?
Listen, he can hear you.
Okay, do not pull it out.
Help me.
Okay, sir, right.
I'm holding one wound, I'm holding
Take a nice deep breath for me. Get a clean, dry cloth or a towel.
That's
Even
it.
a piece of clothing.
Anything will do, sir. Just stay nice and calm.
Wrap it round him, no.
So don't wrap it round and place it right on the wound and press down firmly.
Oh, press down firmly.
That's it.
Oh, Becky,
That's
Becky,
it.
hold
That's
him tight,
exactly right.
Hold it, Becky.
That's
hold
it.
him
You're
tight,
doing the
hold
right
him tight.
thing.
Becky, just hold it. Danny, you're gonna be alright. Listen, mate, you're gonna see your son tomorrow and you'll be a happy day, trust me. You've been stabbed all over, fuck all, you're gonna be alright this morning, trust me, lad. You're gonna be alright, lad, don't fucking give in.
That's it. I'll keep that pressed down firmly. Don't lift it up to look.
Oh,
Sir.
please hurry up.
Now, is
I'm
the...
gonna shit myself in illusion. Keep your eyes open, mate, keep your eyes open.
Sir,
Keep your eyes
is
open.
the bleeding controlled now?
The knife's still in him, mate.
That's right, just leave the knife in there, but is the bleeding controlled now?
I think it's a fucking nerve, mate. It's right in his back.
Just leave the knife where it is for the time being.
Carry on, Danny, carry on.
Sir, is the bleeding controlled now?
No, it's still in him, it's still bleeding.
Right, okay. If it keeps bleeding, you're probably not pressing hard enough, remember.
His 5-year-old needs him, please. Look,
I
I'm he's crying his eyes
understand,
out, please.
Sir,
Please help me.
you're doing really, really well, don't worry, okay? Just reassure him that the help's being arranged,
I
okay?
can't fucking breathe. I don't know what to say. His eyes out. He's telling me, yeah, tell his son he loves him. That's all I'm saying, is tell his son he loves him.
Don't worry, sir, okay. Just take a nice deep breath for me, like you're doing really, really well.
He's dropped to the floor, I can't even wake him up.
All right.
No, don't give up on me. No, he's going, mate.
Is he still awake?
Danny, don't give up, don't give up, Danny, I've got your back.
Sir, is Danny still awake?
Please,
Come back to the phone for me, sir.
I'm at the phone now.
Is he awake?
He's gone, he's not even waking up to me.
He's not waking up. Is he breathing? Sir, is he breathing?
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Who's this, please?
It's the person who was stabbed.
Oh, okay, Danny. Danny, I was just telling your friend Nathan, okay? What I don't want you to do is be up and walking round, okay?
Nah, I know. I've stood up in the same place that I've been all day.
Right, okay.
We don't want you.
Yeah,
Danny, let me get this ambulance.
that's brilliant, Danny. I just don't want you moving round, okay? That's all.
It's back to Nathan,
Oh, hi, Nathan. You're all right.
Keep listening to this for me. I'm just going to help them with this address. When on Green Lane in Lancaster with 2. See, there's this.
That's it. That's absolutely perfect. Just keep talking to your friends, okay?
I can't see any caravan site round here.
Listen, he's shaking, please.
Is he shaking? All right, just keep talking to him, okay?
The address is not plotting near Lancaster. It's plotting near Oxford.
Right.
So we need to confirm exactly where it is.
Right, Nathan.
Yeah.
I need you to confirm for me exactly where you are, okay? So you're on.
Right. I'm on Green Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, on number 2 caravan. It's on Green Lane, that's all I know.
Right, okay, what town or city's Green Lane in?
Lancaster, it's in Lancaster, Oxcliffe Road.
Oxcliffe Road. Nathan,
Could you stop
I've got an
fucking...
Oxcliffe New Farm caravan site.
Yeah,
That's it?
New farm,
Okay.
new farm. Just please hurry up, mate. Get him inside, yeah, that's right.
What are you doing? Don't move him, Nathan. Just leave him where he is.
He stood up, he can't, he just wants to move.
Tell him to sit down. Tell him to sit down. We don't want him up and walking.
I'm not sitting down, though.
What's he doing?
Have to sit him down. Have to sit him down. Becky. Listen, I am not sitting down. If I sit down, yeah, I am going to snap. It is going to go into my spinal cord. I'm going to snap my back.
He said he won't sit down until he feels it'll snap his spinal cord.
We advise not to move around.
That's fine. Nathan, you just don't want you moving round, okay, that's all.
Danny, you got to keep awake. You got to keep awake, pal. Keep awake. Look at me. Think of your children. Think of your children. Like my daughter wants Christmas. Danny, my daughter wants Christmas. My daughter likes Christmas. Trust me. Just keep waking up. Just keep awake. You're a real man, lad. You're a real man.
Hello, Nathan.
We've cleared.
Hello, Exchange. Come on, Nathan, to your phone.
Could lost signal.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency?
The mobile number you have called is currently...
Due overtime, they said. Earn extra money for Christmas, they said.
It'll be fun, they said.
That was awful. But I had no way to reconnect to my caller and to my patient. Not knowing is always far worse than knowing. Just hoping and hoping that, you know, I'd got enough information in for them to help the young lad. But I don't know. And no way to check, really.
The mobile number you have called is currently...
That was the hardest call I've ever taken. That was the only call that, during the call, I actually thought, I can't do this. Like, I'm not an ambulance man. I'm just a fraud. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency?
It's 11:30 on Saturday night in the ambulance control room.
As I say, we are coming to you as quickly as we can, Maureen, okay, love.
I bet you're really busy, aren't you?
It is. It has been exceptionally busy this weekend, but it is the nearest available one that's coming to you.
Yeah, Saturday nights as well?
Saturday night, and it's payday weekend.
Oh, is it really?
It is, yeah. So they've sprung that one on us as well.
Right. God help the National Health Service, eh?
Hey, I know. We'd be lost without it though, wouldn't we?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In the last 14 months, it's gone mad. Every day now is getting absolutely hammered. And it takes its toll on us, it takes its toll on everybody, but it's amazing how in such a relatively short space of time, even we can see a massive change in the demand on the service.
Could you get here as soon as possible, please?
Right. Will you let me finish what I'm saying? You shouting please down the phone is not going to get an ambulance there any faster. Okay, I'm trying to help you, so answer the questions I'm asking you. Are you with the patient now?
Yeah, I'm with him right
He
now.
has no idea how his jaw dislocates.
From the information you provided, okay, as you say, the condition does not require an immediate ambulance.
It's not an emergency, but I'm not going to credit during 101.
We would aim to send an ambulance within 4 hours, so we just advise you
4 hours?
Well, the fact that you're tired, okay, is not a life-threatening emergency. Keep telling me that she's epileptic, but she's not had a fit.
I really want to get him off the floor. He wants to be sitting in his
I need to
chair.
hang up now to take another emergency call.
Okay.
What can you do? There's no ambulances.
Are we back on our emergency room? Yeah, we're emergency room.
So I'm an emergency rule, it is as simple as code it and fuck it off, innit? Yeah. When it gets to a level where we just can't cope and we can't get calls answered fast enough, then emergency rule comes in. You read key questions and code the call, read the high demand script, and then clear.
An extreme measure only implemented to clear a backlog of calls, This policy now has to be put in place far more often than it was 18 months ago.
Right, I want you to watch him very closely.
Are you on the phone?
Unfortunately, I have to hang up in a moment to answer another emergency call, okay?
Emergency rule is quite brutal because somebody might not be getting the advice that they need, because emergency rule is you clear everything other than a cardiac arrest.
Okay, so tell me exactly what's happened then, please.
Well, I'm sick of saying what's happened. It's 2 hours ago I phoned for an ambulance for my daughter, who's in terrible pain, vomiting.
Okay, I do apologise for the delay. We've just been...
Well, when you say delay, I mean, I'll go along with half an hour,
Yeah.
but 2 hours we are waiting now.
We've just been really busy this evening, that's why it's taken us so
I know you're
long to
really
get
busy,
to you.
but 2 hours.
And
So
it's-
what have you to do to get an ambulance? Have they got to be dead like, or
No,
what?
it's just that we've got to prioritise our calls, because as you...
Right, well, when you say prioritise your calls, it's 2 hours.
I know, but we've got people that are not breathing and people having cardiac arrest, that's why,
You must
unfortunately...
have a lot of people having cardiac arrest, that's all I can say.
The chance of living drops 10% for every minute that you're not breathing. A boat ringing numerous times doesn't necessarily get the ambulance there any faster. And a person you're speaking to find out how long an ambulance is going to be could actually be trying to save somebody's life.
Ambulance, tell me exactly what's happened.
Having like a fatigue right now. It's basically shaking his butt. He's having a fit, basically.
He's having a fit?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Has he had more than one fit in a row?
He had, yes. Yes, because he keeps passing out and he comes back and he has
Right, okay. Is he diabetic?
Well, not that I know of, but I definitely know he's got other heart problems.
Right, okay. Is he an epileptic or ever had a fit before?
I think he is epileptic and he did definitely have a...
Right, okay. Has the twitching stopped yet?
He's having a problem breathing.
Right, so is he twitching or not right now?
He's not twitching right now, but he's trying to grasp like air and he's not able to.
Right, I'm organising help for you now. Stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next, okay? If he starts to fit again, don't do resuscitation, don't hold him down or force anything into his mouth and move any dangerous objects away from him. I do need to hang up now to take another call. The help's been arranged, okay? If he does start to fit again, call us back immediately on 999.
Right, well done.
Okay, take care.
Right,
bye-bye.
Right, cheers.
It's hard, and it does put a pressure on everybody. It's hard for the manager to make the call for that to come in, but it's hard for us because you've rung for help, and we're essentially saying, right, we'll be there as soon as we can. Next.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency?
You are just saying, you've got one ambulance free. Who's getting it first?
Right, so tell me exactly what's happened there, please.
It's been over half an hour now. He's had a stroke and he's not conscious.
Right, okay.
We're just chasing it again here. Can you...
Right. Right, are you next to the patient?
Hello?
Hello, are you next to the patient now?
Yeah, I've been waiting 30 minutes.
Okay, is the patient awake?
No, he's not.
Okay, is he breathing normally?
No, he isn't.
Tell me why you think it's a stroke.
Because he had had 3 before, that's why.
Right.
I can assure you, he's had a stroke and that's what we're waiting for an ambulance for.
Before doing this job, I thought there was a resource on each corner for everybody and that we were fully equipped to deal with every scenario. Having done the job, I realised how many people are in need and how stretched the service is.
We are coming as quickly as we can, so don't let him have anything to eat or drink. It might make him sick or cause problems with the doctor.
I just need it, yeah, I know all of that. I just want an ambulance. Okay, thanks, goodbye. No point ringing.
It's a frustration when you are sat speaking to somebody who's in dire need and might be in a life-death scenario, and then there simply is not an ambulance to get to them. And that's very difficult. It's a very big problem and one that can't be solved very easily, but it has to be solved because we can't continue like this.
An ambulance is expected to reach 75% of emergencies that pose an immediate threat to life in 8 minutes. Last year, there was a nationwide failure to meet this target.
Northwest Ambulance Service is currently experiencing a high number of emergency calls. We will answer your call as soon as possible. Please stay on the line.
There's not enough ambulances, there's not enough staff to get the ambulances there because there's not enough money. At the end of the day, that's all it boils down to. In theory, the health service should have a bigger budget, I think, but that's for politicians to decide.
Northwest Ambulance Service is currently experiencing a high number of emergency calls. We will answer your call as soon as possible. Please stay on the line.
Ambulance service, we do apologise about the delay.
Next time, in Cheshire.
Pulse is going like 10 to the dozen.
That's right, mate.
I don't take anything apart from legal iron, mate.
I won't take any more, mate. Just because it says it's legal on the side of that, still means it's full of shit.
That's it, can we walk?
It's like Dawn of the Dead, where you've got zombies walking the streets.
Who the fuck are you fucking fat bitch?